Good afternoon, everybody. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal, here for our BSB Game of the Week, as Rutgers takes on the Kutztown University Golden Bears. Here for this one on Super Bowl Sunday. Thank you for joining us and tuning in for this one before we head home for the Super Bowl between the Patriots and the Seahawks. I'm sure all of you are going to watch that as well. We'll have to see who comes out on top in this one before we get to that later on today, as we are here for Rutgers versus Kutztown for our BSB Game of the Week. Once again, thank you for joining us here on BSB to close out our coverage here this weekend here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. Rutgers coming in at 12-9-0 on the season, 36 points. First place in the MCHC Atlantic, game number 22 of the year for Rutgers. And then for Kutztown, 3-13-1 on the year. 9 points, 8th place so far in the Empire. Actually, that's their D3 stats. Going to have to correct those in a minute. But either way, coming into this one here on February 8th, should be a good game here between this one, between Rutgers and Kutztown, as we get ready to go for this game. We'll get the starters in just a few. We'll have the starting lineups announced, the national anthem, and then puck drop here between Rutgers and Kutztown. We'll be back in just a second.
Push this up a bit. Yeah, thanks. Right there. Oh, that's better.
Always a wonderful rendition of the national anthem here at these Rutgers games as we get ready for the opening puck drop here between Rutgers and Kutztown. Looking at the starters, we'll start with Kutztown, Mollenkopf, Carpenter, D'Alesso, Dan, and Hertz, the 5 skaters, and then the 77 of Jack Ciucci in between the pipes. Here for Kutztown, and then for Rutgers, Gankin, Gorshkov, and Zimmerman, the forwards, Inouye and Acuna on the back end, and then Aaron Rodriguez in between the pipes as we are underway here for this one. Face-off one back by Kutztown. Looking at the matchup between these squads so far this year. One game earlier this season they played each other, ended up as a 4-1 Rutgers win back on November 21st as Zimmerman fires that shot wide. Quickly taken away here by Matt Dan. He'll get this one forward and out of the zone as he takes a bump. Somebody's skate blade came off. It looks like it's Dan's as he'll have to try and get to the bench here. Skate blade is behind him as he's got no blade right now. Still no stoppage. As we continue on here, that shot goes wide. Trying to get to this puck. Goes all the way back here. Finds the 29 here for Kutztown as this pass sprung back out the other way. Acuna with it now here for Rutgers. Acuna, 4 points so far for the senior from Little Falls, New Jersey. He'll play this one up looking here for Zimmerman. That skate blade still out on the ice. Not sure if it ever got picked up by the referee. As this finds its way here to Zimmerman again. Jamie Zimmerman, he'll fly into the zone. Looking, trying to cut around the D. Looking for an option, tried to play back. Had it knocked aside there. As it goes to the wall, Gorshkov there for Rutgers. He'll play it back. Finds the 6 of Bauer, who will send this one back around. Over to Slotwinski. The captain will play this one across. Pass feathered forward, but quickly knocked away by Nunag there at center ice as Rieger comes over to pick it up. As it's dumped in here by Downs, he got dumped. Played back up to the hash marks, and it's out of the zone off the stick of Leone, who will play it across. Quickly working through. That one steered aside again. Stopped by Rodriguez. Rodriguez coming into the game, 5 and 6 on the year for the senior. 4.28 GAA and an .884 save percentage. Has been good so far this season. 5 and 6 on the year, looking to end up 500 by the end of it as Rieger tries to take this one away. Rieger, backhand pass, finds Nunag. Looking to try and find an option across, has to pull back up to the top of the circle. Nunag spins and fires, that gets blocked away. On it here is Isak as he'll cut by and lay it forward. Isak tried to get that pass back there, but it just went wide of him. As it's kept by Foster down in the corner, he'll send it around back up to the point. There is Paul Putt as it's sent down behind the cage again. Bouncing puck into the low slot, stopped away by Rodriguez. What a shot from Sean Ward as Rodriguez makes an excellent save. Point blank there. Shots 2-0 right now in favor of the Golden Bears. 3-13-1 on the year. 8th place in the Empire this season as Rieger gets taken down, and that's going to be a penalty. And Rutgers is going to go to the power play here, as it's going to be Asher Paul Putt who's going to go to the box. So Paul Putt to the sin bin and Rutgers to the power play. First look at the man advantage here for Rutgers in this one today. Top guns coming on here for Rutgers. Zimmerman, Rieger, Gankin, Nunag, and Gorshkov. Played in front, Zimmerman there, has to go back up to Nunag at the point. Launches it across, finds Rieger. In front, tried to find Gankin, who is in the slot. Just couldn't get a tap on that, as that shot from Gorshkov stopped away there by Ciucci, as that one trickled just wide on the rebound. Zimmerman. Saucer pass to Nunag. Nunag across to Rieger. Backdoor feed looking for Gorshkov, couldn't handle the hot puck, as he'll have to play it down behind the goal line. Gankin on this. He'll play back for Zimmerman. Zimmerman to the point, Rieger with it, 1:25 to go on the power play. As Nunag looks here at the point, he goes back to Rieger. Rieger across, that one gets blocked away and it comes out of the zone off the skates of Braden Jansen. As it finds its way back here to Gorshkov. He'll re-enter quickly. Gorshkov across looking for Zimmerman, couldn't get the tap on it. As Zimmerman tries to handle, gets knocked away, kept in the zone though, only for a moment as a diving play knocks it out there. Back the other direction, trying to work through. There was Jansen, but got stopped away. As it's picked up here by Nunag. Nunag will just dump in on the backhand. 50 seconds left to go. Here on the power play for Rutgers. As Rodriguez will send this one around the boards. Gorshkov across. Looking here for Gavin Rieger. Most points in team history for Gavin Rieger. He's got 37 in just 20 games so far this year. Has been spectacular. The assistant captain, Gavin Rieger, has just been outright spectacular since joining this Rutgers squad. As flying in, trying to find this through to the backhand. That was Campanero trying to get on that chance there as McIsaac was there with him. Collected back here to the wall, trying to kill this rest of the penalty off. The Golden Bears looking to kill off the final few seconds as that one knocked away in the slot. Back up to the point, back to 5-on-5 as Inouye fires that one wide. So back to 5-on-5, good kill there from Kutztown. As this pass kept in, Campbell with it. McIsaac fires, gobbled up though by Ciucci. And he'll hold on with the leather for the whistle. 14:51 left to go here in period number 1. Shots 3-2 right now in favor of Rutgers. Face off to the right of Zach Ciucci. As that shot blocked away, that was Gorshkov. Gets another look, he goes up and over. Gorshkov, 5 goals in 19 games for the freshman from Moscow, Russia, as Patapovich fires that one wide. Pass back here to Patapovich off that feed from Downs. He'll spring forward for Gankin. Gankin, he's closed off. Patapovich had that taken away there by Matt Dan, as Downs will get back on it here. Dumped in there by Kutztown. They'll reset and get some changes. Downs with it again. Downs up to Gorshkov. Tries to feather a pass up for Gankin. Gets it back though off a misplayed pass from the Golden Bears. As Dan will just have to lay this one back here to Paul Putt. Stretch pass across from Foster. Into the zone. Here comes Jansen flying in. He's stopped there by Downs as Zimmerman plays across here for Gorshkov. Had it bumped off the puck. Downs with it again across to Patapovich. Patapovich to Zimmerman as Patapovich lays the body. And just throwing a cross check there behind the play as well. As back in the other direction, here comes Leon trying to split through the defense. Rebound chance, stopped by Rodriguez. Bouncing puck. Somebody trying to corral it as it goes back up to the point here, kept by D'Alesso at the blue line. D'Alesso, good move to walk through. He fires, that goes up and over the bar. Tip puck, finds it forward, up to Gankin again as he avoids the check and drives it back. D'Alesso, stretch pass forward, tipped in there by the Golden Bears as Zimmerman gets back on it. Zimmerman in his own end. Trying to play this out of the zone, gets a good break there for Campbell as he'll fly the other way. Campbell trying to split through the D, he's taken down, still got the shot off though, but he put it wide. Got the shot off well from down on the ice as Rieger tried to keep the zone there, couldn't do it as Revzin couldn't hold on to that one. Campbell right back into the zone, trying to keep it in is Nunag, now Inouye at the point. He'll play down behind the goal line for Rieger. Tried to play it back, looking for Campbell, just couldn't connect. As we'll go all the way back here to Revzin, but they're going to wave off the icing as they're going to say he could have played that, which he probably could have, as this one goes to the wall here for Rieger. Rieger, that pass picked away, trying to hold on to that was Isak again. He gets it back another time, fires, kicked aside by Rodriguez. Bouncing puck right out in front, steered away by Rieger on the back check, as that one stopped by Rodriguez again, and he'll hold that one with the glove. And we'll get a whistle here with 12 and change left to go in the first. Face off one back there by Kutztown. The shot goes wide though there from the point. Trying to get back on it was Torin Grealish down along the boards as it finds its way back up to the point. Pass across Over to Slotwinski. He fires. That gets deflected and goes up into the netting. And we'll get another whistle. Rutgers able to win the scramble for that draw as it's taken away by Campanaro. Dean Campanaro trying to find Calandra as that's poked towards the cage. Sent back around, Calandra trying to get back on it. Vea there trying to help him as it bounces aside here for the Golden Bears. Puck knocked out of the zone. Chasing after goes Sean Ward as it's dumped all the way back here to Slotwinski as he'll dump in. To the boards again. Here goes Grealish down there. He's taken down on that hit along the boards as it finds its way up to Vea. Vea has that tapped aside. Dumped in there by Kutztown off the stick there of Matthew Flynn as it finds its way here to Calandra. Calandra will play this one back here to the 43 of Ian Fu, freshman from Secaucus, New Jersey, as it's dumped in here by Campanaro. And this is going to end up as an icing here on Rutgers. And the guys are going to have to come back out onto the ice here. Shots 5-3 right now in favor of Kutztown. Face-off one away there by Rutgers, but Kutztown will keep it in the zone for just a second. Now a 3-on-1 out the other way here for Rutgers, trying to fly in. Here comes Vea. Vea across, but his pass got knocked away. There on the back check, Foster comes away to try and take it. Scramble in the low slot as Zimmerman comes in and picks it up. Zimmerman, a backhander that goes off the outside of the cage, and the net came off its moorings, and we'll get the whistle. Good look there from Vea to try and fly in for that opportunity there for the Scarlet Knights. And for Rutgers, playoffs looming on the horizon, just 2 games left after this one today, as playoffs start on February 20th for the MCHC Atlantic. Rutgers currently first in the MCHC Atlantic right now as Zimmerman plays this lower. Gankin looking down behind the goal line. Has to play back, but it's taken by Paul Putt, who will try and play this out of the zone. He's able to do it as Inouye just puts it right back in and lofted into the zone there for Gorshkov. Gorshkov, his pass knocked away. Puck along the boards, Gankin there to try and help him. Bouncing puck sent around again to the right side wall as Gankin lays the body down in the corner. Big hit there from Gankin as it's kept in the zone here by Gorshkov. Zimmerman will chase as Foster gets there to try and send it out. Now skated out of the zone as Gankin tried to play the body again. Here comes McGinty, has that stripped away. Zimmerman back on it. Around the D, tried to pull the trigger but had it knocked off the puck. As it goes to the corner here. That's D'Alesso there as Zimmerman looked to center that for Gorshkov. It bounced away from him. Gorshkov back on it again. Up to the boards, Inouye. Able to keep this one in here at the hash marks. Back here to the 96 of Carter Hertz, who will send this one down the ice. It will skip in on goal, and Rodriguez is going to have to cover that one. Here with 9:13 left to go in period number 1. If you're just tuning in, thank you for doing so. You're watching Rutgers University ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal. Thank you for joining us for our BSB Game of the Week. Here as the Scarlet Knights take on Kutztown University, the Golden Bears. Here in this one, still a 0-0 game. Here with 9:10 left to go. Shots 5-3 in favor of Kutztown right now. Originally, this was supposed to be senior night for Rutgers, but after we had that big snowstorm about a week and a half ago, almost 2 weeks at this point now, where we had a couple games canceled, they ended up having to cancel their game. So shifting their senior night to next weekend against St. John's at 4:30 on the 15th. So we will be here for senior night then, but we still got the rest of this game to go. And like I was saying earlier, for the Scarlet Knights, just 2 games left before playoffs. that St. John's game, the final game of the regular season. Before that, on the 13th, they play Stevens at 8:30 away at Stevens at the Prudential Center practice rink, the RWJ Barnabas Hockey House. And for us at BSB, we'll be back again with the Jersey Pro League this summer. We'll be back up there at RWJ at the Prudential Center in Newark, so stay tuned for our summer action for BSB. As Patapovich will hold on to this, walking in, low circle, he fires, he put it wide, as this will come flying out of the zone. As Nunag trying to get on a quick change here. Campbell will play it forward, up to Rieger, he fires, that one got sticked aside. It was a wholesale line change there for Kutztown. We're able to get it off swiftly. As this pass sent up here to Jansen. They're going to say he touched that, as Downs will go to the boards. Puck around, Patapovich there. Bouncing puck. Quick shot on goal, waffle boarded away there by Rodriguez as it goes back up to the point. Campbell tips the pass, looking. Opts to skate it himself as he gets across the blue line. Tried to cut through two. He gets taken down and he's going to draw a call. And that one is stopped there by Ciucci, and we get the whistle and a penalty. Once again here on Kutztown. It's going to be a tripping call. Going to have to see who this is going to be on here for Kutztown. It looks like it's going to be the 20 of Bailey Slotwinski. The captain is going to go to the box. So Slotwinski will go to the penalty box, and another look here at the man advantage for Rutgers as they'll send this around the boards. Kutztown trying to clear, and they do. Gorshkov couldn't get there in time as he was hounded there along the boards by Sean Ward. That one gloved down and played trickling to the Kutztown bench, and now down the ice there by Ward again. Good pressure here on the PK from Ward. As it's picked up here by Gavin Rieger. Down the right side wall, he'll fly into the zone. Rieger trying to cut into the low side, lays a pass off for Gankin, just couldn't pull the trigger as it's cleared yet again there by the Golden Bears. Pass over, back here to Rieger again. 1:10 left to go on the power play as he's stripped of the puck, and it's played down the ice another time here, this time by the 24 of Jackson Foster. Not a lot of zone time here on the power play just yet for the Scarlet Knights as Zimmerman tries to get on this bouncing puck. He'll poke it forward, but it's steered right back quickly there by Carter Hertz as it finds its way over to Rieger with 50 left to go on the man advantage. Gorshkov with it. He'll lay off. Tried to find Zimmerman, but down the ice it goes again as Grealish sends it down. Rutgers have not been able to gain the zone here on this power play as Nunag tries to play across to Gankin. Gankin will cut by one defender. Trying to power move his way to the net front. Center that in front, and covering up is Ciucci. Able to just squeeze the pillows together. Still 20 seconds left to go on the power play here for the Scarlet Knights as this will go all the way back down to Rodriguez again. Acuna will play this one across. In a way, back to Acuna as he sends it up. Able to find this one up to McIsaac. His pass picked away. As that will do it for the power play for Rutgers. We're back to 5-on-5. Couple of shots on the man advantage. Tied at 6 right now in terms of the shot category, but still a 0-0 game here between Rutgers and Kutztown. As here comes Campbell, he goes up and over the bar. Campanaro with it. He'll find Campbell again. Closed off along the boards. Campanaro tries to find Acuna. Quick shot from the point. That's steered aside there by the defense in front. As it's played out of the zone, Campanaro trying to track back on this. As it's picked away here by Carpenter. Carpenter looking across to the back door in a way with a beautiful stick lift there on Mollenkopf. And they'll get it out of the zone. Here comes McIsaac the other way. Tried to break through the D, and he just caught a man up high. And McIsaac is going to take a penalty here And Kutztown's going to get the extra skater on, as it was Slotwinski who took a stick up into the face there from McIsaac. As a beautiful move, they're walking through Carpenter with it, tried to pull the trigger, but he got stopped by the defense. As we're going to get a high sticking penalty here on David McIsaac. Just game number 5 for him here for Rutgers. Joined the Scarlet Knights for the second semester. 2 goals in 4 games so far, but the freshman will end up in the penalty box here. And the first look for Kutztown on the power play here in this one. Already 3 penalties here in this first period alone. Face-off won back by the Golden Bears. Looking for an opportunity to try and break this game open, as Rodriguez will stop that one. Somebody's stick broke on the play. It was Isak's stick who ended up snapping on him. Pass laid back here to Josh Bauer. Bauer will send it back. Finds it over to Isak, who will get this one into the zone. Isak walking through to the backhand. He pulls up, has to go over to the hash marks. Hounded there along the boards. Zimmerman with it. He'll try and clear the zone, gets it forward. Gorshkov there trying to get a shorthanded look, but has it knocked away as this pass goes over to Mollenkopf. Pulling up is Bauer. He sends across to Isak again. Isak to the point, Hurts there. Plays back down low for Bauer. Trying to clear is Rutgers. They are able to do so as it gets by Hurts. They'll get back on it with a minute left to go here for Kutztown on the man advantage. Isak flying in. Down at the low circle, fires a shot. That one went wide as it careens over to Mollenkopf. Quick shot from the point that got redirected in front and went wide there from Nicholas Leone. As it's kept in here by Kutztown, looking to try and find a man in the low slot. It bounced away there for Carpenter as he'll get back on it here along the boards. Carpenter down low. Try to center a pass, taken back by Rutgers as Gorshkov will send it up to Nunag. Nunag will peel back and kill off some more time as Kutztown makes some line changes. 15 seconds left to go as this pass finds Campbell. Stretch feed for Campbell as he tries to work through. Tried to go for the dangle, but he has it knocked away there by Foster as Nunag keeps this in the zone. 5 seconds left on the power play for Kutztown. And that will do it for the man advantage. Out comes McIsaac, and we are back to 5-on-5 yet again. As Daly will go chase after this for Rutgers into the wall there with McGinty. Pass goes back up here into the point. That one goes wide of the cage off the shot from Foster. Now it's Campbell. Campbell across. Nunag there. Bouncing puck into the zone. He fires. That got blocked away yet again. That was by Mendham. As Daly tried to corral that puck, taken back the other direction. Laid forward, Mendham there. Trying to play off the pass, was looking there for Flynn, just couldn't corral it. As Rutgers looks to clear, Daly couldn't get it out of the zone. Now it bounces off a couple of bodies and finds its way back into the Kutztown end. It's Tanjutko who'll send it across as this pass will go all the way down the ice. And this is going to be an icing here on the Golden Bears. .114 left to go here in period number 1. Still a 0-0 game as Campanero fires right off that faceoff. Got blocked away as it is sent up here to McGinty. McGinty fires, paddled aside there by Rodriguez. Quick shot, that one trickles wide yet again, looking for McGinty on that pass. There was Flynn as Campanero has his pass knocked away there by Flynn. Now it's Zimmerman. Flynn able to take it away from him. McGinty with it now. Backhand pass, that got broken up as it's played over here for Inouye. 43 seconds left to go here in the first as he'll dump in. Puck around the board. Zimmerman there first as he'll keep it in. Gorshkov looking to center for Campanero, just couldn't connect. Now Jansen. Jansen into the zone, trying to work through the defenders, got sticked away by Revzin. As that shot from the point, redirected in front, stopped away on the rebound chance by Bauer. Rodriguez with a good save there on Bauer. As here comes Zimmerman with 10 seconds left. Cuts by one defender but couldn't get the shot off as it goes to the wall. Bouncing puck goes back into the slot, finds its way here to Slotwinski, and he'll just hold on to this one. And that will do it for the first. So a 0-0 game after 20 minutes of action here between Rutgers and Kutztown. Shots 8-6 in favor of the Golden Bears, but a 0-0 game after one. Either way, we're going to step aside, take a short break. Here after the first 20 minutes, you've been watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal. Welcome back here to the second period as the Scarlet Knights take on the Kutztown University Golden Bears here in our BSB Game of the Week. 0-0 after 20 minutes of action here between Rutgers and Kutztown. Shots 8-6 in favor of the Golden Bears as we get ready for this second period. Once again, thank you for joining us here for our Game of the Week here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. It's been a good 3 days here calling nothing but Rutgers games here. Had the D1 team on Friday take on Temple for their senior night. And yesterday, the Scarlet Knights took on Ramapo. Big 6-1 win against one of their Garden State foes in yesterday's game, as Rutgers looking to try and break the game open, as is Kutztown, as we are off and running here for the middle frame. Quickly taken here by Rutgers in their own end, cleared out of the zone. Chasing goes Gorshkov. They're going to wave off this icing here, as this puck goes to the wall. Trying to hold on to this puck. Rutgers keep it in. Looking here on the backhand. It's Zimmerman with it here at the blue line. Zimmerman plays it around the boards. Pass around here by D'Alesso. He'll find this one back here to Hertz. As he looks for an option, he'll send this down the ice. And this will go in on to Rodriguez, so we'll have to tap that aside. No icing. Acuna pitches it for in away. Now Zimmerman. He finds Gorshkov. Gorshkov into the zone, looking to try and play back to Zimmerman. That one went wide. Gankin will keep this one in. Zimmerman trying to get there. Hounded along the boards by Mollenkopf. Bouncing puck back out of the zone. Finds a pass up to Carpenter. Carpenter working through. Carpenter spinnerama move. Tried to get the shot off as it got knocked away there by Acuna. Good look there and good move from the 13 of Griffin Carpenter, as here comes Zimmerman. Try to play to Gankin. Knocked away on the puck as it's lofted out of the zone. Dumped in here by Leone. Leone off the boards. Cleared out here by Acuna. He finds Campbell on the pass. Campbell tried to go for the move, had it knocked aside there by Slotwinski. At center ice, collected here by Jansen. Has it taken away there by Campbell as he got closed off. Now walking through, here comes Leone again. Leone tried to play it on the backhand into the slot, no one there, as Bauer comes over to pick it up. Now it finds its way up to Campbell. Campbell, his pass deflected, and that one goes out of play. And we'll get a whistle here with 18:08 left to go in the second. Second to last home game here for the Scarlet Knights. I mentioned their senior night pushed to the 15th against St. John's. So we'll see them next weekend back here at home for the final home game of their season and the final game of the regular season for the Scarlet Knights. As this one goes back up to the point through traffic, it's gobbled up by Rodriguez. And Rutgers on a 4-game win streak right now. Beat Rowan 4-1, Hofstra 6-3, Stony Brook 4-1, and Ramapo last night 6-1. So a lot of scoring for the Scarlet Knights in their last couple of games. Their last loss coming against Stockton, as that one gets deflected wide. 6-3 loss back on the 19th of January. Already a couple days here into February. Feels like it's flying by here, as we're already here on Super Bowl Sunday. As this puck is kept in the zone here by Kutztown for now at the blue line. Now it finally pops out. Here comes Campbell, 3-on-2 the other way. Rieger with it. Rieger looking. He fires that hard shot, goes wide. Had some mustard on that one as it's kept in the zone. Downs trying to hold on to that as it's played back here. Taken by the Golden Bears again as they'll try and drive by. Walking through. Kutztown looking for an option. That got stopped away. Patapovic will send this one around the boards. Finds its way to Isak. To the point. Played across. Back at the blue line. Shot through traffic. Rodriguez makes the save with the pillows. Campbell trying to get to this. He'll get across the blue line and in. Drop pass for Nunag. Pass too far to hold on to, though, as Slotwinski will knock that away from him. Finds its way up to the 40 of Ward, who will skate this one forward. Ward trying to work in. Patapovic with it, and we're going to get a penalty here. It's going to be an interference call. And it looks like this is going to be on Rutgers. And it looks like it's going to be McIsaac going back to the box here. So his second penalty of this game, and back to the power play go the Golden Bears. Looking for their 4th win of the season. Have back-to-back wins against Fordham and Alvernia. 6-3 and 4-3. As this one back up at the point, trying to keep it in. They play it across. Finds it over to Isak in front. That one got deflected just high. Beautiful deflection in front by Josh Bauer as Rodriguez was scrambling. Still on it is Bauer. Bauer trying to hold on to this puck. Played down low by Isak. Isak in front, tried to find that one to Leone. As it bounces here for Isak again. Isak to the point. Bauer fires backdoor pass, stick to side by Inouye. Quick shot through, that one stick to side yet again. That one by Rodriguez with the pads off the blast from the point. Now it's Hertz, his shot blocked. Turnaround chance was there, knocked away by Rodriguez. Picked up by Rutgers, and they'll send it down the ice. Hertz back on it here in his own end. As he'll drive into the zone, Hertz flying around. Closed off along the boards as it goes to the wall. Back to Isak. He fires, kicked aside there by Rodriguez. As passed all 11 tests so far. As here comes another one in front, stopped again by him, trying to cover, and he does. And Rodriguez with another cover there with 35 seconds left to go here on this power play for Kutztown. Face off one back here by Rutgers as here comes Campbell the other way with Nunag. Tried to play it across, in on goal, just tapped aside there by Ciucci. As it's picked back up here by Jansen. Jansen working into the zone, has to drop off a pass, kicked aside, rebound was there and it went wide. Played to the boards again. On it, and we're gonna get another penalty here. And it looks like this might be on D'Alesso. Or excuse me, the 63 of Matthew Flynn as he tried to get a stick back there. And it looks like Flynn is going to go to the box. So we'll play some 4-on-4 hockey for about 7 seconds. That's already the 5th penalty of this game. So 7 seconds of 4-on-4 and then a abbreviated Rutgers power play as Zimmerman has this at the point, trying to just gain control and get the extra man on as McIsaac hops out of the box. On comes Gankin. Zimmerman in front, it's stopped away in close. Rebound chance was there and they score! On the rebound, Rutgers take the lead. Who else but Gavin Rieger puts that one into the back of the net. His 21st goal of the year, 38th point of the season. And the assistant captain gets things done on the power play. And a quick start to that power play there for Rutgers, and it's a power play goal for the Scarlet Knights. As now Kutztown down by 1, trying to answer in stride swiftly. Backhand chance goes off the outside of the cage. Rebound was there as Rieger was still, or actually Rodriguez was still looking as Inouye gets dumped there by Flynn. Out the other direction, here comes Gorshkov walking through shorthanded. Gorshkov stopped away there by Ciucci. Beautiful save. Meant to say on the breakaway instead of shorthanded, but We'll live with the save anyway there from Ciucci as Kutztown get a big break there by their goaltender. Ciucci with a beautiful save on that breakaway there for Gorshkov as it finds its way across here. Over to Paul Putt. Springs a pass here for Flynn, who will re-enter the zone. Tries to fire, that got blocked aside. Here on the backhand, Flynn's still with it. He'll have to play along the boards. Pass over to Mendham. Paul Putt will send back around looking for Flynn. He can't get there in time. On it now, the 20 of Slotwinski tried to put one towards the cage. Rebound chance bounces aside. Flynn there, turnaround shot, that got blocked by Gankin. Zimmerman with it now. Over to Revzin. Back here to Zimmerman. Has some speed, but lost the handle of the puck as it bounced away from him. Gankin on it now, who will try and dump in. 13 minutes left to go here in period number 2. 1-0 in favor of Rutgers off the goal from Gavin Rieger on the power play. Shots 13-10 in favor of the Golden Bears, but down by 1, looking to try and get back in this game as that shot goes trailing wide from Zimmerman. Revzin can't hold the zone. No icing on the play as we'll go back on to Rodriguez. Almost a miscommunication there between him and Patapovich. As the big man springs that one forward. Bouncing for Rieger, trying to hold on to the puck here. He'll dump forward looking for Campbell. Campbell along the boards has that one knocked away. As this pass finds Matt Dan. Dan across, tried to find it there to Carpenter. As Downs here with the puck will play it around the end wall. Bears to it first. Trying to find an option. Good spin around move down behind the cage. Have to pull up. Back up to the point here. It's Slotwinski. He fires one right into the glove of Rodriguez, and he'll jump on top of the loose puck as well. And hold for the stoppage. Off the draw, it bounces away. Calandra able to get on this here for Rutgers as he'll send it on the backhand. Now it's Campanaro with it. Campanaro up to the point. Shot from the blue line. Trickles in front. They score! Redirected. It's Calandra. Calandra with a beautiful deflection right in the low slot makes it 2-0 in favor of Rutgers. What a deflection there from Calandra. His second goal of the season for the sophomore from Hell, New Jersey. Third point of the year for him as he makes it a 2-0 game. And Rutgers starting to break this game open here as they've found a way to get 2 past Ciucci. As a big hit down in the wall, that's going to be a penalty as Acuna gets knocked down, and it's going to be a high sticking call penalty. The hit was clean, but they're going to say this was a high stick. And Ward is going to be the one going to the box, and he's not happy about it. Neither is the rest of the Kutztown bench. Raul Batista, the head coach, I'm sure not happy with that call. To me, at least, that did look like a clean hit. Stick maybe came up just a little bit there, but that hit was clean. It was a clean hit. Puck was there. It was timed well there on Acuna. So the stick must have came up and gotten Acuna up in the face. And the referee saw it, so back to the power play go Rutgers. Rieger fires from the point. Rebound chance was there for the backhand for Gankin as he got taken down. Ciucci jumps on top of it as Gankin does some push-ups down on the ice there before he gets up. A little Sean Avery style there with those push-ups. As this one goes back up to the point here. Nunag will play this one across. Gorshkov centering pass. Zimmerman fires. Rebound chance. It's stopped there right under the pads there of Ciucci. Got just enough of that with the pads. Bouncing puck here for Nunag. Nunag, he'll send it around. Gorshkov to it. 1:26 left to go on the power play for Rutgers. Zimmerman trying to get on the bouncing puck. Goes back up to Nunag. Back to Zimmerman in his skates. Puts one towards the cage. Rebound was loose off the pads of Ciucci. As Gankin's back on it. He'll find Rieger here at the point. Rieger fires. That one goes up above the glove. Almost went right through the glove of Ciucci there. Thought he had that one, but went up and over as Gorshkov will play back to Zimmerman. Across. Nunag there. Nunag looking. That puck deflected. A rebound chance. That one for Gorshkov went wide. Rieger back on it. 52 to go on the power play. Rieger. Saucer pass to Gorshkov. Lays off. Zimmerman there. To Gorshkov again at the point. Gorshkov. Slap shot. That goes wide. Rebound on it. Rieger there. Stopped away by Ciucci with the pads. Around the boards. Can Gorshkov keep it in? He does. Great job to do so and get there in time. As Zimmerman back on it. Down to Gankin. Back to Zimmerman again. Zimmerman to the point. Nunag there looking for an option. Nunag to Zimmerman. Has some room. He fires. Stopped by Ciucci. Rebound goes right off the iron. That was Gankin looking for some loose change there as Nunag goes back to the point. Zimmerman, another look to the back door. That time it went wide, and Nunag will have to track it down out of the zone. 10 seconds left on the power play as he'll spin this one back here to Gorshkov. Gorshkov trying to fly in with some speed. Lays back pass there for, in a way, it's knocked out as Nunag has to send it back forward looking for Gankin. Shots now 17-14 in favor of Rutgers. They've got the 2-0 lead as that puck knocked down. Finds its way up to Carpenter. Nearly had it taken away. Indeed, he does as Fu finds this one up here to McIsaac. McIsaac across Zimmerman. Quick shot. That goes wide. Good look there from Jamie Zimmerman. As that pass is picked away, big hit along the boards as Campbell just got dumped there by Braden Jansen. Pass up to Jansen now. He can't hold on to that one as Fu takes it away. Dumped into the zone here, though, by Carpenter. As the pass up to Campbell connects, he'll drive in. Layback pass there from McIsaac. He'll try and put it to the hash marks. Taken away here, trying to find an option. Campanero will dump this one lower. McIsaac, centering pass, gobbled up though. Only for a second, that puck was loose. But we'll get a whistle anyway, and the referee couldn't see it. So we'll get the stoppage here. Once again, thank you for joining us here for our BSB Game of the Week. Thank you for tuning in. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carl Pascal. 2-0 game in favor of Rutgers here over the Kutztown University Golden Bears. Shot 17-14 in favor of the Scarlet Knights. 2 goals in this period for Rutgers, 1 on the power play. As Nunag will hold on to this one. Has that taken aside. Carpenter trying to go the other way. Foot race for the puck. Nunag able to get a stick check into him as it bounces towards Rodriguez. As Downs will send this one around for Calandra. Has the second goal of the game for Rutgers as he sends that pass all the way down the ice for an icing here on the Scarlet Knights. Rutgers has had a pretty good year so far, 12-9 on the season, currently first in the MCHC Atlantic. Just 1 conference game left, or 2 conference games rather, against Stevens and St. John's to close out the year. And that will do it for the regular season for Rutgers, trying to hold on to that top spot and claim the #1 seed in the MCHC Atlantic for playoffs starting on February 20th. As Patapovich will hold on to this one here behind his own goaltender. Bouncing puck goes back here to Downs off that ricocheted pass. Will find its way out here to Slotwinski at center ice, who will dump right back in. Patapovich on this one. The big man trying to put on the handles here. Cuts around 2 defenders. He'll skate forward himself. Into the zone. Patapovich fires one right off the iron. Went right off the post under the pad. Good look there for Patapovich as Nunag plays across to him again. Patapovich fires that time. Goes right into the glove, though, of Zach Ciucci. That was a good look there for the 6'5" Patapovich. The sophomore from Fair Lawn, New Jersey. 6'5", 198, has 4 points so far this year. 1 goal and 3 assists in 19 games. Face off one back here by Kutztown as they'll send it forward down the ice. Chasing after. Daly has to get back there in time. As it's played to the boards, Gankin can't get that out of the zone, or they're going to say he did, as we'll get the whistle.
What was that called? Roughing?
So the puck came over the line, they're going to say. I thought that Jacob D'Alesso kept that one in, but either way, it's going to come out of the zone here on this draw. As Zimmerman will take the face-off there against Aiden Isak. D'Alesso has that knocked aside. Here comes Gorshkov the other way. Has Zimmerman with him. Plays it across. Zimmerman scores! Jamie Zimmerman! 26th goal of the season, and Rutgers have the 3-0 lead. The fastest man to 100 points in team history. And he just keeps on piling those points onto the stat sheet. His 26th goal of the year, 37th point of the season in game number 20. The junior from Basking Ridge has been unbelievable since joining this Rutgers squad. And a 3-0 game in favor of the Scarlet Knights. Here in the second, 3 goals here in the second period with 6:45 left to go here in the middle frame. Bouncing puck around, finds its way down low there for Gankin trying to get on it. He'll send it around the boards. Zimmerman there as Gankin got taken down. He's still on the ice in some pain as he tries to get back up. The ref's going to blow the whistle here as he's down. Not sure where he got hurt. We're going to have the trainer come out and look at him. And Calandra's going to help the trainer over to look at Gankin. 13 points for the freshman from Manalapan, 6 goals, 7 assists for him this year. As the trainer talking to him right now. And the trainer is going to help him up, and he'll skate off under his own power, which is great to see. Applause from the fans and stick taps from both benches. As Gankin will go to the bench and get some attention there from the trainer. Making sure he's all right, so the faceoff will come out of the zone. Here with 6:27 left to go in the second. Shots 20-15 in favor of the Scarlet Knights as that one bounces away from Nunag. Puck up to Rieger. Now Nunag with it. Trying to play back to Rieger. Has it knocked aside by Paul Putt as Rieger tried to take it from him. Puck goes to the boards as Ward gets drilled there by Rieger. What a check. What a hit there by Rieger on Paul Putt. As delayed offside here on Rutgers. They're going to have to check back up here on this one. Paul Putt back on this. He'll spring it forward. Grealish trying to hold on to that puck. Can't do so. Isak with it. Has to play it in some open ice. It finds the stick of Rieger, who will just dump back in. Only got as far as the stick of Isak, though, and we're going to get a penalty behind the play as Inouye just took down Grealish. And the extra skater's going to hop on here for Kutztown. So another Rutgers power play. That's flying in. Here come the Golden Bears, but now it's touched up by Campanaro. And it's going to be Inouye who's going to go to the box. So Inouye will go to the penalty box here. One of the assistant captains here for the Scarlet Knights this year. Angres, the captain, Inouye and Rieger, the assistant captains. And back to the power play, go the Golden Bears. Another look at it here on the man advantage, trying to get one back here in this second period as Molenkoff. So goes that one to the point. Isak fires right into the breadbasket there of Rodriguez as here we go after the play. Cross check almost right to the face there on Bauer as he's down on the ice. That was Patapovic, as well as Downs getting into it. And we might have to have the trainer come look at him as Bauer just got cross-checked right into the cage, basically. We're going to have to see if this is going to be more than just 2 minutes here. It doesn't seem like we're even going to get a penalty on this play here. So no penalty on the play. I thought for sure we were going to get one there as Downs and Patapovic gave Bauer a whack right to the chops. So we'll continue 5-on-4 here for Kutztown as walking through that stop by. Another chance by Rodriguez. That one saved away again. Some great looks there for the Golden Bears as it's sent down the ice. Rodriguez with some big save there for Rutgers. As the pass finds its way across, here comes Kutztown again into the zone. Pass down low. Bauer with this again. Kutztown sets up. Played off here to Molenkoff. Molenkoff fires, looking for the backdoor. Pass just went wide, and it's taken out 2-on-1 here by Rutgers the other way. Flying in, here comes Campbell. Campbell looking, tries to go far side pad, but it went wide as Molenkoff sends us forward. Into the zone. Trying to fly in, looking for an option, trying to cut around. Pass in front, Nuna got there to stop it away. Rebound chance was there for Kutztown, just couldn't jam it home. Slap shot from the point, stopped there by Rodriguez. As Bauer right at the net front again, and Rodriguez will hold on. What a sequence. 46 seconds left to go. Here on this power play for the Golden Bears. Face off one back there by the Scarlet Knights as it goes up to the point. Kept in at the blue line. Good keep there from Hertz. Hertz, layback pass. Here comes Carpenter. He fires, stopped there by Rodriguez. Off the rebound chance, went off the outside of the cage. Went off the outside of the net there for Leon as Carpenter gets back on it. Up to the point, no one there for Kutztown as it'll go down the ice here to Ciucci. Hertz trying to drive up the ice here, have just enough time for more drive into the zone. 8 seconds left on the power play as Leon tried to hold on to that puck, looking to get to the net front. Stopped it, trickles just wide. Rodriguez came out to play it, and it went just wide of the cage. And a big hit down after the play, and we're going to get another whistle here. And we're going to get another penalty as Campanaro is going to go to the box. Rutgers not happy about the call. And that puck trickled just wide of the far side post. Inches away from going in the net. Off the draw one, back by Kutztown. So back to the power play here for the Golden Bears. It was a cross-checking call there on Campanaro. So right back to the power play. Go the Golden Bears. Another look right in front. That one skips just inside. Low slot, bobbling puck around and jumping on top of it is Rodriguez again. Rodriguez doing a great job to shut the door here on the Golden Bears. They say your best penalty killer is your goaltender. And Rodriguez proving that right now as Patapovich and Downs try to hop on. Referee says no. They're on the long change. As this puck goes back up to the point, kept here at the blue line by Kutztown. Across, ACHA scores! A rip on that shot from Aiden ACHA makes it a 2-goal game. What a slap shot from Aiden ACHA. Top shelf with a blast. And Kutztown cut it down to a 2-goal lead here in this second period. 3-1 with 2:46 to go. Power play goal there for the Golden Bears. That was a blast from ACHA. Ripped that top shelf over the glove side of Rodriguez as here comes Kutztown again bouncing into the zone. Mendham squeezed along the boards by Campanaro. Now it's Nunag. He finds Rieger on the saucer pass. Rieger working through, got stick check there along the boards, trying to keep it in. Bouncing puck towards the cage, steered aside there by Tanjutko, who will move this one down the ice. They're going to say no icing here, as Patapovich is going to have to go get it. Patapovich chased there by McGinty. The big man will send it forward up to Campbell. Trying to hold on to the puck, couldn't do so. As Tanjutko will go back and get it there with Campbell. He lost his stick as it's picked back up here by Foster. Foster looks up. His pass knocked away for a moment, but now he gets it forward, able to find McGinty. Now up here to Flynn. Flynn cuts through Patapovich. Went right through his legs on that play as it's sent around the boards. McGinty there. Flynn trying to go back up to the point, but it's taken here out by Campbell. Campbell lays forward. Nunag there. Fires a shot that got deflected wide. Tanjutko on it again. We'll send it back around. McGinty along the boards. Plays here for Mendham. Mendham trying to send this one up for Flynn. He'll get it into the zone from his knees as Downs will go back and get on it for Rutgers in his own end. Pass bouncing in front. Collected here by Inouye. As down went a Kutztown skater. That was Slotwinski as here comes Nunag the other direction. Sharp angle shot stopped away there by Ciucci as that one goes wide. Big block there diving down by Carpenter as it's taken out here the other direction by the Golden Bears. Trying to fly in with speed. Good move there around the backhand as Acuna gives him a bump. Puck to the boards, trying to hold on to this is Dan. Dan down there. Has Malenkov with him, back up to the point. Carpenter trying to keep this in the zone. He's able to do so for now. Malenkov will go back down low for Dan. Dan behind the goal line, tried to center that pass. Getting down to the block, it was Acuna. As he'll tie him up. Carpenter tried to feed that to the slot for Malenkov. Just knocked away by the D as that one bounces aside again. Carpenter, sharp angle shot goes well wide. As Rieger will send it down the ice. And this will not have enough juice for an icing. We'll continue on here. And as the final seconds will tick off the clock, that will do it for period number 2. So a 4-goal second period combined between the teams, but a 3-1 lead for the Scarlet Knights at the end of 2. Shots 22-21 in favor of the Golden Bears, but we're going to step aside, take a short break. When we come back, we will have the third period of action for you. You've been watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back for the third in just a sec. Welcome back, everybody. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal, back here for the third period between Rutgers and the Kutztown Golden Bears, here for our BSB Game of the Week. Third period ramping up here for Rutgers and Kutztown, 3-1 after 40 minutes of action. Shots 22-21 in favor of Kutztown. Team's ready to go, centers at the faceoff dot, and we are off and running here for the third stanza of this one. Quickly played across, taken here by Carpenter, tried to hold on, but it's taken by Zimmerman. Zimmerman trying to pull the trigger as that puck stuck to the ice. Ice is still a little wet right now, so didn't give it enough time to dry, it seems, as this one's dumped in. So that slot there for Rutgers in the O-zone, definitely going to be tough to try and get some shot-offs from there, as this puck launched forward and will hop right up into the scorer's box. And the clock's still actually running here. Clock's still running. I think they were going to have to put a couple seconds back up on the board here. As the clock now finally stopped out, they're going to have to put about 10 seconds back up on the board, it seems. We'll have to see what they put back on the board. And they've put it up here to 19:30, so only about 30 seconds gone in the period. Faceoff is going to end up at center ice. Off the draw, it's one here by Rutgers. They will send this one in. It bounces towards Ciucci, who will just steer that from the blue paint. Saved again by him as it's cleared away there right in the low slot. Played forward. Sent up here to the 91 of Matt Dan, who will drive in. He goes up and above the bar. Trying to pinch and keep this in is D'Alesso. He'll have to track it back here in the neutral zone as Carpenter now sends in. Rodriguez leaves back for Inouye. His pass too hot to handle there for Campbell as it goes back to the red line. Dumped in on goal. Rodriguez will send that one aside. Pass picked up here by the 20 of Inouye. Knocked away there. It bounces back here for Kutztown, as they'll gain some speed and try and fly out of the zone. Gankin with a good body there. Still with it though for a second is Kutztown, as Zimmerman tried to take the handle of it. Now it's Jansen who will fly in. Shot there from Bauer. That one trickled wide. Gankin with it to the boards. He goes down in a heap. Puck across. Golden Bears still with it. Delayed offside on the play as it bounces right back out. Inouye will have to try and track this one down. Played out of the zone. Corralled by Jansen. Braden Jansen will send across. Able to find it over to O'Neill as he'll try and drive into the zone. Played up off the boards, looking for this. Here comes Rieger, 2-on-1 with Campbell. Rieger across Campbell there, bouncing puck on him as it's gobbled up by Ciucci. And O'Neill will have some words there with Rieger. As this puck bounces back here out of the zone, Downs will put it right back in quickly. Down behind the goal line, it's corralled here by Foster, who will move it aside. Paul Putt will get it forward, but not out. Finds its way back here to Campbell. Had it in his skates. Gorshkov, actually Nunag with it now, excuse me, as it finds its way to Isak. Isak has the lone goal for Kutztown here in this one. Power play goal in the second period. Rutgers has a power play goal of their own, courtesy of Gavin Rieger. Goal scorers for Rutgers: Rieger, Zimmerman, and Calandra, as here comes Rieger down the right side wall, centering past Campbell there. Just going to get the shot off as it bounces back here for a moment. Here for Ward. He'll get back on it again. Ward across. Tap forward by Graylish. Now it's Patapovich. He'll spin around. Puck taken by Graylish. Sent aside, now it's Patapovich with it. He'll try and break through the D, steered aside, looking forward for Flynn. Flynn walking in, he puts that one wide. Patapovich on it again, tries to spring one forward for Nunag. 3-on-3 flying forward. Here comes Mateo Nunag, who will dump in, but that's going to be called offside here on Rutgers. This one tapped in here off that face-off. There by Revzin, as this one's sent in again by him. We'll go back here to Carter Hertz, who will spin this around the boards. Able to find McGinty. McGinty back here to Hertz. Hertz driving forward. He will work his way into the zone as Revzin tried to knock it away. He's back on it. Back to the point. Flynn keeps it in, fires a shot kicked aside by Rodriguez. Lifted up and out. Knocked down by a high stick there by Flynn, and now we get the whistle. Here with 15:49 left to go, here in period number 3. Face-off one back here by Kutztown. They'll launch this one out. Daly will have to get on it here for Rutgers. Tapped it aside as here comes Dan, who will try and fly in, but that one jumps right up into the bench. There for the Scarlet Knights, so we'll get another quick whistle. Shots 24-23 in favor here of Kutztown. As this one bounces back here to the wall, Acuna tries to move it around. Gank in there along the boards. He's bumped hard into the boards there, as that was a big hit there from Carpenter as Inouye tries to play it across. Bouncing puck back to the point, glove down there by Rodriguez as spinning went Matt Dan. He'll get back up to his feet. Draw taken away by Rutgers, trying to clear the zone. They can't do so as this one skips around the end wall again. Inouye's going to have to get there first here for the Scarlet Knights. Like I've mentioned a couple times this game, just 2 games left for them in the regular season as this one sails down. Slotwinski will have to go and track it, and this is going to be an icing here on Rutgers. But 2 games left here for the Scarlet Knights this season. At Stevens on the 13th. Next week on Friday. Friday the 13th game for Rutgers against Stevens at 8:30, and then back here at home for their final regular season game of the year and their final home game of the season for senior night versus St. John's at 4:30, so make sure to tune into that one. Live here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. As this one will sail down the ice. Aaron Hook will be on the call for that one. For this game between Rutgers and St. John's, as Kutztown trying to get back in this one here, down by 2 with 14:40 left to play here in the third. Rutgers trying to hold on to this lead as it finds its way forward back here to Jansen. Jansen across, empty, trying to walk through. Rodriguez able to make a big stop there on Bauer as he just got a stick up into the head. And Bauer trying to get back up, and we're going to get a whistle. And Bauer asking again why. No call on the play as he tries to plead his case here. I think he's trying to say that Rodriguez hit him in the back of the head with the paddle. They'll have to go to the bench here anyway, so no call. We continue. So we stay 5-on-5, no call. We continue on here. Shots 25-23 in favor of Kutztown as Gorshkov with some slicing and dicing here in his own end, trying to play the pass off. He lost the handle of it there as Ward just rammed him into the wall. Now it's Daly. Daly, a backhanded pass, that got broken up. Nearly hit into his own bench there as it bounces back here to the stick of Tanjutko. Dumped in here by the 24 of Jackson Foster as Fu will go back and get on it. Now it's Rieger. His pass picked off. Isak fires. Tipped up there by the paddle of Rodriguez and will go into the netting. Kutztown also only has 2 games left on the calendar before things wrap up for them for the regular season. 2 games against Lehigh. 7:30 on the 13th and then 1 p.m. on the 15th. This one played around, trying to be taken here by Campbell as it's sent out here for Rieger. Rieger trying to fly in with Nunag, but that's going to be called offside as Nunag was a little bit over the blue line there. And we've had to mention it before in a couple broadcasts, but I know that the blue lines here, very hard to see sometimes on the broadcast. We've been told that a couple times here. They're hard to see. They're very faded here in the rink. So trying to keep, so the referees and linesmen trying to keep their best eye on it as well while on the ice. As this is played back here over to Tanjutko, he'll send it forward only for a second. Stopped here at center ice, played across. Rieger will get there first and send it off the glass and into the zone. Up off the boards, tipped there by Patapovic. As back to get it goes Downs. Downs into the corner. Trying to move it aside. There was Rieger as Patapovic trying to lay the body down there. Somebody fell down. Not sure who that was. It looks like it was a Kutztown skater. It was Flynn as Patapovic goes down in a heap. Flynn trying to get a whack at that puck. Couldn't do so. Finds his way up to Nunag. Nunag will launch forward to Rieger. 2-on-1. Rieger walking through. He scores! Rieger goes top shelf. His second of the game. Beautiful finish there from Gavin Rieger, his 22nd of the year. Puts it right over the top of the blocker. Couldn't put it any more top shelf than that for Gavin Rieger. And makes it a 4-1 game with 12:39 left to go here in the third. So a 3-goal lead back here for Rutgers. And Gavin Rieger now on hat trick watch here in this one. Now at 39 points, just one away from the 40-point mark so far this season. He has just been unreal for Rutgers this year. As this pass knocked away, that was Gorshkov who knocked that aside. It was Dan tried to center a pass as this one from the point. Big rebound led up by Rodriguez. In a way there to clear it away though, as Malenkov was there to look for that. Malenkov with another chance. It bounced off the outside of the cage. Bouncing in front. Another chance. Stopped by Rodriguez. Second rebound was there. Puck still loose as Rutgers looks to clear as the mask comes off for Rodriguez. His helmet came flying off there. So he'll have to make some repairs and get the mask back on. The senior goaltender looks all good to go, and we'll get back to the action here. Face-off quickly taken by Rutgers, but it's kept in the zone here by the Golden Bears. Carpenter will send this one lower as Dan tries to play the body down behind the goal line. Puck still in the zone, Carpenter there. Now it trickles out past Hertz as he'll have to gather that and play it across. Finds D'Alesso. D'Alesso, big reverse check there on Gankin. As Gorshkov able to take that puck away for a moment. It's now picked up by Carpenter. Carpenter to D'Alesso. D'Alesso forward, hops up there as Malenkov tried to get on that one. It bounces here over to the 20 of Inouye, who will find Zimmerman on the feed. Zimmerman trying to work his magic and drive in for another goal. Tried to center a pass. That one stopped away in front. Big save there by Ciucci. Would have made it 5-1 on that feed. Was looking there for McIsaac. As Inouye has to play it up off the boards looking for Gorshkov. Acuna with it. Into some open ice, finds Zimmerman. He'll tap that forward as McIsaac will go chase. Now collected by Carter Hertz as he'll storm out the other way. Hertz tried to go for the move, lost the handle though as it's kept in the zone. As somebody got a stick up high, that was Fu. We'll continue on though, no call. Out the other way it comes. McIsaac 2-on-1 here the other direction with Vea. McIsaac looking over to the opposite side. It's paddled away by Ciucci. Break out the other way here for O'Neill. Tries to find a pass across as it bounces for Campanaro. He'll play off the boards. And this is going to be an icing here on Rutgers. Slotwinski too far from the puck. And this will be an icing call here on the Scarlet Knights. Once again, thank you for joining us here for this one this afternoon. You're watching Rutgers University Scarlet Knights ACHA Division III Ice Hockey, presented by Breakout Sports Broadcasting, live here on YouTube. My name is Carlo Pascal, as Rutgers takes on the Kutztown University Golden Bears. 4-1 game in favor of the Scarlet Knights. Shots 28-25. Kutztown has the lead in that category, but down by 3 right now is the Knights. That would have put 4 past Zach Ciucci. Here in this game so far, still got 10:09 left to go as Campanaro tries to storm his way forward. Saucer pass across. What a save by Ciucci, and he'll cover up on it. What a beautiful save there on Vea. Spectacular save from Ciucci. Nearly a 5-1 game. And it's been a good game so far for our BSB game of the week. Before us here at Breakout Sports Broadcasting, and I'm sure all of you watching at home will tune into the Super Bowl later this evening, Seahawks versus the Pats. But we appreciate you joining us here for this one, this matinee matchup, as that's going to be an icing call here on Kutztown. But appreciate you joining us for this matinee matchup here for our BSB game of the week to close things out for this weekend before the Super Bowl later on tonight. Kutztown with the face-off win. They'll send this out of the zone. Inouye will get back on it here. Tap forward. We'll go all the way back here to Slotwinski. Pass up to Bauer. Driving into the zone is O'Neill. Rutgers bench was looking for an offside there. They're not going to get it as it goes back to Slotwinski again. Slotwinski across, finds Leone. Puck into the wall. Bauer there along the boards again. Taken by Campanaro. Squeezed off along the wall there as it's held here by Kutztown. Trying to walk through and get a shot off, couldn't do so. Slotwinski fires, and it's held onto by Rodriguez. Off the draw, this bounces back to the blue line. Kept in there by Kutztown. Rebound chance was loose as Rodriguez made the initial stop and covered up on it. Off the draw, it bounces here for Rutgers as 2 Kutztown skaters collided. Looked like that was the 40 of Ward, as here comes Nunak walking through. He put it wide. Just blew by the D and put that wide of the cage. As it's picked up here by Isak, who will launch it forward, trying to find that to Graylish. Dumped into the zone. No icing. We continue on as it's picked up here by Foster. Plays back to Paul Putt. Paul Putt looking for an option as down went Ward as he just gave somebody a whack. That was Rieger, as they're still going at it with each other. And now we get a whistle, and they're both going to go here. Now Graylish and Rieger going at it. As Rieger points to the scoreboard while talking to Graylish. So Rieger's going to go to the box here, and the referees are going to discuss things. And this is going to be 4-on-4 here as Bauer comes over to talk to the referees. And now the captain, Bailey Slotwinski, comes over. And it looks like a glove just got launched onto the ice there by Rutgers. Ended up falling off of somebody's hands there. And it seems like going to the box is Sean Ward as well here for the Golden Bears. So we'll play 4-on-4. They're going to get coincidentals here, I assume for roughing. As this goes back here to D'Alesso. So 4-on-4 for 2 minutes as that pass just over to nobody as Gorshkov will have to play this one back. It's Patapovich on it again. Patapovich, he'll send in. Bauer. It's sent out of the zone. And we're going to get a whistle here. Not sure what it's for. And I think the Rutgers bench just got unsportsmanlike. I think they just got a bench minor. And somebody's going to have to go serve it here. So it's going to be a 4-on-3 and unsportsmanlike. Here on the Rutgers bench. So it's going to be a 4-on-3 for 1:35. So 4-on-3, big opportunity here for Kutztown to try and get another one back and cut the lead back down to 2 with 8 minutes left to go here in this third period as Nunag tries to pull the trigger there, couldn't do so. It's picked back up here by Kutztown. Here comes Bauer. Bauer into the zone, rebound, that one sticked aside there by Inouye as Rodriguez jumps on top of it, he went spinning. Shots are 31-26 in favor of the Golden Bears. But it's Rutgers with that 4-1 lead right now. Still 1:12 left to go of the 4-on-3. That goes up and over the bar as Rodriguez lost his paddle. With it, here's Isak again. Pass across. What a save by Rodriguez. What a stop there from Aaron Rodriguez. As this pass nearly knocked away. Nunag trying to keep this puck aside here for Rutgers as it's collected here by O'Neill. O'Neill bumped off the puck. Nunag nearly took that for a breakaway chance. As out the other way, here comes Malenkov. Malenkov across. Gets the puck back here, looking in front for somebody. No one there as he plays back to Isak. Able to take it away is Downs. Downs trying to kill off some clock. Isak looking. Malenkov there in front. He whiffed the shot and it's covered by Rodriguez. He had a chance. Just bounced on him. Here with 6:56 left to go in the third. 25 seconds left of 4-on-3 time. Back up here to the point, played across. One-timer from Isak, that went wide, and Rodriguez will jump on top of it for another quick whistle. So 18 seconds of 4-on-3 and then going to 5-on-4. Face off one back. Here by Kutztown again. Another look here. Hertz with it across. Isak with the blast. It's stopped by Rodriguez. And he snow angels to cover that one. Face off one away by Kutztown again. It's Isak with it. Isak to the point. Hertz is there. Hertz looking across. Isak trying to fire. Down low. Backdoor pass. They score! On the backdoor feed. It's the 7 of Nicholas Leone. Leone cuts it to a 2-goal game here with 6:25 left to go. Still on the power play, or not on the power play rather, are the Golden Bears. That initial penalty expired, and then it dropped to just the 5-on-4, and that's what they scored on. So 2 power play goals here for Kutztown in this one. As they try and claw their way back into this game, it finds the stick of Bauer. Bauer driving into the zone, has to lay off, finds Leone again. Leone in front, that one stopped by Rodriguez. Sent down the ice, and this is going to be an icing here on the Scarlet Knights. .558 left to go here in this third period. As Kutztown try and get their way back into this game. Rutgers looking to hold on and keep their win streak alive. Have won their last 4 as Rodriguez holds on to that one from the point. There from Slotwinski. Rutgers on this 4-game win streak beat Rowan, Hofstra, Stony Brook, and Ramapo. 4-1, 6-3, 4-1, and 6-1 in yesterday against Ramapo. John McCush on the call last night. Appreciate him calling a game for us here on BSB yesterday evening. Big Jersey matchup here between 2 of our teams, Ramapo and Rutgers, as that one stopped by Rodriguez. 2 beautiful saves there by Aaron Rodriguez. Great looks there for Kutztown, but Rodriguez shutting the door. Trying to keep this lead here for the Scarlet Knights as it goes to the point. Played around there by Malenkov. Puck down low, centered across. Malenkov was looking for that backdoor feed as this one at the point. Bouncing puck in front goes wide. Dan on it. Back up to the point again. O'Neal there, walking in. O'Neal fires that one, got blocked by Gankin as Rodriguez nearly got ran over. Back up to the point again. Shot from the point, blocked in front. That was Zimmerman. Loose stick on the ice. Looks like it's actually the paddle there of Rodriguez as he has somebody else's stick as a player stick right now. As this is played out here, back for Slotwinski. Slotwinski driving into the zone. Rodriguez gets his paddle back. Carpenter with it now. Carpenter taking hard into the boards there. Back up to the point. O'Neal at the blue line. O'Neal lays lower. Quick shot. Malenkov can't get it on net. As a tangle up down behind the play, no call. We continue as someone's stick just got knocked away, and Patapovich is going to go to the box. Patapovich is going to go to the penalty box here. Not a smart penalty to take. It's going to be an interference here on Patapovich as he just knocked the stick away there of Slotwinski. And a massive power play coming up for Kutztown. Rutgers needs a kill here. Kutztown needs to score to try and have a chance in this game here. Down by 2 with 4:23 left to go here in the third. Would be their 3rd power play goal if they can pull it off. Back up to the point, kept in by Hertz at the blue line. Not able to hold on to the puck though as it's sent down the ice there by Jacob Campbell. Hertz with it. Pass the lay back to Isak. Isak trying to fly forward with some speed. Into the zone, he gets around Campbell. Isak looking, tried to center right in front. This one trickles just wide of the cage. They're off the stick of Dan as it goes to the boards. Able to keep this in. Here is Leone. Dan to the point. Hurts there. It bounces on him as Campbell takes it the other way. Campbell trying to drive in. He just fires. That's sticked aside there by Ciucci. As it's dumped right back in there by Rutgers. Kutztown, time winding down on the power play. 1 minute left to go on it. Good couple of chances on the first look there. As to the bench, there went Hurts. Now it's Leone who will skate through. Leone lays off. Graylish with it to the point. Trying to hold it in, they do. It's O'Neal. O'Neal walking through. Backdoor feed, that got sticked aside. Puck down low again. Acuna there for Rutgers looking to clear. Isak with a good bounce that keeps it in. Graylish to Isak. He fires. Rebound chance there. Sticked away by Rodriguez as it goes to the boards. Bauer along the boards now. Able to dig it out is Malenkov. Malenkov walking in. He fires that one just redirected wide. 18 seconds left on the power play. Played around the boards. Malenkov tried to go back over to the 57 of Graylish. Now to the point, O'Neal there. O'Neal able to keep the puck. Plays down low looking for Malenkov. Sent out the other way. Nunag trying to get on a short-handed breakaway here. Here comes Nunag all alone. Walking in. It's stopped away by Ciucci. Huge save by Ciucci there. Power play over. We're back to 5-on-5 as Ciucci looks to the bench waiting for a possible signal to go there for the extra skater. Puck down into the corner. In a way, trying to keep it aside. He'll send it around the boards. Able to keep it in the zone, though, is Foster. Shot from the point and redirected. That one trickled just wide again. That was Carpenter there along the wall as he tries to dig at it now. Lofted down the ice. This will go for a icing here on Rutgers with 1:50 left. And we're going to get a timeout here by Kutztown. And the Golden Bears will use their timeout here and try and draw up a play with the face-off deep in the Rutgers end. We'll have to see if Ciucci's going to go to the bench here for the extra skater. But just as the teams take a timeout, we will as well. With 1:50 left to go, we're going to step aside for just a second, and we'll be back in a few. And we are back here after this timeout. And I wonder if Rutgers is actually going to take theirs right now. It seems like they are, so another timeout here. As Rutgers will now take their timeout. And it seems like the extra skater will go on the ice here for the Golden Bears, as we'll have another timeout here. So if Rutgers can hold on and keep this 2-goal lead with 1:50 left to go, they'll have won 5 straight games with just two games left in the season against Stevens and St. John's. And for Kutztown, if they can come back and pull off 2 goals in 1:50 to try and tie this game and force overtime, would be absolutely huge for them. Need one quickly here to try and tie this game, or try and get one back to make it 4-3. Then you still have to score another to tie it at 4. They've got 43 shots on the board, but have only beat Rodriguez twice. Extra skater on, net empty here for Kutztown. We're off and running here for the final 150 of this third period. Puck bouncing down low. Carpenter with it across. Back up to the point for O'Neill. O'Neill. Isak there with it now. Isak in front. Trying to find a pass. He's back on it, though, as it bounced to him down low. Looking in front, Rodriguez makes a save. Another one. Bouncing in front. To the point, O'Neill will keep this in. Under 90 seconds left here in this third period. Bouncing puck. Out of the zone it goes as O'Neill couldn't get to it, as this is not going to be an icing. They're going to wave this off. They're going to say O'Neill touched that, as he'll get back on it here. O'Neill cuts by one, tried to get by another. Now it's Isak. Isak into the zone, 1:05 left to go. He tries to pull the trigger, and he scores! His second of the game, and it's a one-goal game with 1:03 left to go. Aiden Isak, 2 goals. And it's just a one-goal game as Rutgers trying to hold on. Here in this one with 1:03 left. Back in his net is Zach Ciucci, waiting for the signal to go to the bench as this is gloved down by O'Neill. Rieger able to take it away and flip it down into the corner. Under a minute left to go here in the game, already down to 50 seconds left. As Isak lays this one back. Bauer to Isak again, 44 to go. Waiting for the signal, Ciucci goes to the bench. Isak walking through again, he fires, that goes off the post! Isak nearly dangled right through the defense and put it off the post. And I think this is gonna come outside the zone here to center ice. And I'm not sure why this faceoff is going to come out here. Not sure why this is coming all the way back to center ice. The referee is going over to talk to the bench here for Kutztown. Coach Raul Batista asking why. And that is a rough call there for the Golden Bears as this bounces back here for O'Neill. O'Neill able to keep the puck, trying to send forward, able to get this to Leon for a moment as this will go all the way back here to Ciucci. And this is going to be an icing here on Rutgers. And now Ciucci is going to go for the extra skater. This is going to end up at center ice again, it seems. I'm not sure why. Apparently that was not an icing, so it's going to end up at center ice here. Bit of a miscall from the referee, so back at center ice with 25.4 left to go. As this puck bounces forward, trying to get on it is Rieger. Big hit along the boards as this time will be an icing. As Rieger has some words here with Carpenter. .7 seconds left to go here in the game. Ciucci now to the bench again. The extra skater on for Kutztown. And I think they might try and put some seconds back up on the clock here. I'm not sure. Referee at the scorer's table right now. Goes up to 18 seconds flat here on the board. So 18 seconds left to go here in the game. Face-off won by Kutztown. It's at the point. Isak has it taken away by Rieger. And Gavin Rieger will put it into the empty cage for the hat trick. And Rutgers seal the deal. Gavin Rieger, the hat trick, stole it right at the blue line and just put it into the empty net. 23rd goal of the year, hits the 40-point mark this season in game number 21. And makes it a 5-3 game after Kutztown made it just a 1-goal game, as this will go all the way back into the Kutztown end here for Hertz. And that will do it here for this one. At the end of the game, a 5-3 win here for the Scarlet Knights. Now on a 5-game win streak with just 2 games left to go here in the regular season. Stevens, and then back here for St. John's for senior night to close out the 25-26 regular season before playoffs start on February 20th. Final shots 45-29 in favor of Kutztown, but it's Rutgers with the 2-goal 5-3 victory. That will wrap things up for all of our coverage here this weekend here on Breakout Sports Broadcasting. It's been a blast here covering 3 Rutgers games here this weekend for us at BSB. But that'll do it for this week. We've got 1 game next weekend, 1 game the weekend after, and that will do it for all of our coverage here for the 25-26 club college hockey season. So we'll see you next week. Rutgers back here at home against St. John's. 5-game win streak here for the Scarlet Knights. But that will do things for this one. My name's Carlo Pascal. Thank you for joining us here for this one today. We'll have a good one, everybody. Hope you tune into the Super Bowl later. We'll see you soon.